Give me some peace of mind again. Cause I've been walking up and floating off the edge. Starting, I think I need the rain, so I can feel something, I only feel the pain. So let me hold you till the end. Cause I've been holding on to all the words that you said. And if I fall down, I get up again. Cause I've been holding on to all the words that you said. All the words that you said.
What's up, boys? It's early again, but that's no shock to anybody, I don't believe. So, we're gonna be quick tonight, as we were last night. We were able to get it to 30 minutes last night, so I'm gonna see if we can do the same thing tonight, if not better. So, we were holding true, but we already have 3 people in here, so who knows, dude? Who fucking knows? We're gonna go over the latest stuff about Darren Peterson, and I'm glad I'm streaming late per usual because the most recent reports came out like 2 hours ago or some shit. So if I was streaming till like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, I would not have gotten this. So worked out kind of in my favor for once, but that is definitely the outlier, not the normal. So yeah, and then we're probably gonna watch the Jaren Jackson Jr. video that the Jazz put out yesterday that I promised I would watch. We didn't watch it yesterday, but I promised that we would watch it today. So, we're going to watch that, give our opinion on that, and then just do our nightly shoutouts, and then go to bed, dude, because it is bedtime, and I have to be up early for work. But I did, take, a little bit of a nap before I started streaming, so we're alright. But, yeah. So, I will switch to this, and we will start off, where was it? Did I pass it? Yeah. Let me turn this down a little bit. From Mark Steinlein, he did this, but I'm be honest, I'm way too lazy to freaking read whatever he put out. I'm not gonna sit there and read his report, so I let everybody else summarize it for me. Apparently he says the Wizards could reportedly be giving Kansas's Darren Peterson increased consideration over AJ DeBonta at number 1. Washington is the only team granted a private workout with Peterson before the draft, though DeBonta has been the expected number 1 for months. And Mark Stein's about as trustworthy as it gets. I say that, I don't know, maybe he said some wrong stuff. From my understanding, he's pretty, he knows his shit. So, I don't know, man, because it's extremely interesting, as I've said. Typically, every single draft, excluding, the Paolo draft, I'm going to exclude that one. Pretty much every draft, the 1, 2, 3 is pretty solidified before, within the first, or the last week, a week until the draft. Except for, again, that Paolo draft where it was, day of, Jabari Smith Jr. is still supposed to go 1. It was, 3 hours before all the draft lines, or the betting lines changed. Everybody's like, what's going on? Then, 20 minutes before, it was, the Orlando Magic have honed in on Paolo Banchero. I was like, what the fuck? So unless something like that kind of happens, which is totally possible, as of right now, I mean, unless it's all smoke screens, it could all be smoke screens. I'm sure the betting line, I should look it up. I believe, in fact, I saw this earlier, that AJ's still minus 500 or some shit. But I think DP jumped. He was minus 100 or something. It jumped minus 300 or something. So technically, betting wise, Darren's odds have gotten better for Washington's sake, but AJ's haven't gotten any worse, so it's still kind of the same thing. But as of right now, what is it, 5 days out? I think and I'll make a tweet about this later, before I go to bed. I do believe it goes Washington taking Darren Peterson at 1, Jazz taking AJ DeBonta at 2, Memphis taking Cam Boozer at 3, Caleb Wilson at 4. I don't care what mock you're doing, Caleb Wilson's gonna go 4. And then I've got Michael Brown going 5. But in this situation, I actually think it's going to be Darius Acuff, mainly because I think the Kings really badly want Darius Acuff, and that's been the report. And I think Brooklyn who's right before them at 6, is going to be like, haha, like kind of what we did last year with Charlotte or Washington, vice versa, whatever. And I think they're just going to be like, I don't know, Sacramento, we're going to take Darius Acuff, and they're going to like trade up with the Clippers to get Darius Acuff at 5, and the Clippers, or the, what do you call it? The Brooklyn's going to be like, haha, joke's on you. Like, so might make them waste some time, but I think Brooklyn will end up getting Michael Brown at 6 and then Darius Acuff at 5. But that's not how I would draft them. I'd take Michael Brown before Darius Acuff, but I think that's how it's going to go. You guys know that's what I'm doing there, because if I was drafting, I would take, like, I would want DP to go 1 or DP go 2, personally. But that's not how it goes, dude. He's going to be gone, it seems, which is so sad. If you've been watching these streams for a month and a half, I've been like, so like, yay, DP's going to the Jazz, and now he might go 1, and then, like, I'm gonna look like an idiot, but like, I freaking love AJ DeBonta too, so I don't know. Again, I'm gonna be pumped either way. Cam Boozer sick, but that's just how I see it. Which is so funny, dude. Like, if you would have told me 4 or 5 months ago that we'd be able to get AJ DeBonta, I'd be like, we got the #1 pick, like, we might get him at 2, dude. So I don't know, man. And again, I think when it comes to like notoriety, being talked about on ESPN and all this kind of stuff, like AJ DeBonta brings all that and more. So I just can't imagine him and Ace Bailey and Keontae George and all that is not just like talked about, like on occasion at least. I don't know. SportsCenter should at least post one of our highlights. I don't know. So it'd be fun for that kind of stuff. Getting that jersey, dude. DeBonta jersey somewhere, or Peterson or Booz, whoever it's gonna be, but DeBonta, hopefully, at this point. It'd be nice, dude. Do I think he'll end up being the best player? No, I still think Darren will. But, all around, pretty damn interesting. Guess we'll find out, dude. I mean, it is, what, 4 days from now? 'Cause it's Friday, technically, 4 days away. So we'll see, man. Went by quick. Felt like yesterday we got the #2 pick. But here we are, 4 days away, about to find out who we're going to get. And again, everybody, I'm going to keep saying it. Whoever we take, even if it's Booz, which is still fucking phenomenal, okay? I'm not going to, like, pretend that it is not. Okay? He's still great. But, like, if it's not AJ or DP, I will personally be a little sad. I'll still rally around Booz and be pumped, but I'll hope for the vision, basically. But I don't know, man. I just think it'd be crazy to pass up. Like, unless it's AJ going 1, and then the DP, like, medical stuff, or him not wanting to play for us kind of goes through, then I can see. But again, I was talking with Spencer, dude. Having him go to Memphis and just dominate in Memphis would kill me. It would kill me. But if Memphis got Cam Boozer and he dominated, it wouldn't kill me, because I'd be like, that's not the consensus. You know, I don't know. So, my whole idea is I can't imagine us passing on DP. But, I think if DP goes 1, we're definitely not passing on AJ. And I've been saying this. If we pass on AJ at 2, that is going to be a bad day for the Jazz front office. I tell you what. It may end up being genius. You know, if we took Cam Boozer over AJ, it may end up being amazing. But, I don't know if Ryan Smith or Danny Ainge or any of them would be able to walk into a BYU basketball game at all for the next 2 or 3 years at least. So, I don't know. That's kind of the argument there. Anything else? We're already at 10 minutes, dude. I'll be able to get that video out. We'll be able to wrap it up, dude. It'll be quick. Let's see. Darren Peterson was reportedly caught off guard when his initial meeting with the Wizards was centered more on who he is off the court than on his on-court abilities. Yeah. Interesting. I don't know, man. What did Markieff Morris say about Darren Peterson? What we got, Markieff?
I watched AJ and I watched Darren Peterson match up in Kansas. We was there for a little bit. I went to practice and actually played against Darren Peterson. Me and bro did. And if I'm the Wizards or anybody in this draft, Darren Peterson by far is the best player. all that stuff that he dealt with the cramping, with his bodies, if you don't know the story, then it might have you looking at him a little different. But when you talk about overall basketball players, Darren Peterson by far is the best player. Now, AJ DeBonta is must-see TV. It's two different things, right? He's a super offensive talent that's going to score in a bunch of different ways. It's going to be like, wow, but Darren Peterson is a guy that's going to step in the league tomorrow and put 25 and 4 on the board. And I can guarantee that because the game is so different, right? He's a basic player. He gets his shots, you go under a screen, I shoot the three. You take off my left hand, I go right. He's a guy that doesn't have many flaws in his game, and at a young age, like I want to say this, but you don't want to throw greats out there, but he has flashes of Kobe all the time. Yeah. We've watched this guy multiple days in practice and go against him. We 6'9", 6'10", and we guard him, and there's nothing we can do. And then also I watched him go against AJ DeBonta, and nothing against AJ DeBonta, but when they matched up, you seen who was the guy. You seen who was the #1 player. Not to say that, AJ is not the guy either, but you seen, in my eyes and anybody else that was in that gym, that AJ deferred to Darren Peterson.
Interesting, dude. I mean, obviously there's a little bias there because the Morris twins went to Kansas, obviously. But that doesn't still negate the fact that they still think he's the best player. But also, did they match up and practice with AJ the same way he said he practiced with Darren? So, like, I don't know. I don't think it's fair to be like, I played against this guy in warm-ups, and then I also watched this guy on TV. So, like, I don't think it's fair. But also, I'm making the same judgment, and I haven't played either of them or done it. So, like, take that with a grain of salt. But I still think it's very funny that, of course, that's going to be your take, man. Of course. But I don't know, like, that's the whole argument. I've been saying it for months. As long as we don't take Boozer, we're either getting the best player in the draft or we're getting the most, like, flashy, coolest player in the draft. Like, we're either getting the best player in the draft or we're getting the coolest player in the last, like, 15 years. So it's kind of a win-win, dude. I don't know. Yeah, man. That's pretty much it for the Darren Peterson stuff at this point. That's just the report. If the Wizards take him one, again, I'll probably be sad. But I think I'll also jump in the air. Like, I'll be pumped. I think at the end of the day, we'll be doing it live. We'll be streaming it. But I think if they do draft Darren, I'll actually be happy. Because that will guarantee that we'll be taking AJ. Like, a 90-something% chance we're taking AJ. And that would just make me feel good knowing that we got for sure one of the two of them. Because that's all I feel. Like, I want one of the two of them. They're equal for me. Like, I think Darren's, again, going to end up being the better player. But, like, the jersey sales to be talked about, and like having AJ DeBonta, like, that'd be sick. So that's equal to me. Then I have Booze a little down. So, like, if AJ goes 1, the whole risk of, like, us taking Booze is still there. So it'd be a really tense, like, 5 minutes for me. Like, oh shit, we might take Booze here over DP. But then we might get DP, and then I'd be really, really, really pumped. So risk reward kind of situation, like the riskier, the more, like, scary, stressful situation may also have the outcome that I want the most. So I don't know, it'll end up being really interesting there. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got for the Darren Peterson situation. There'll be more on it tomorrow, I'm sure. We'll talk more about it, but I do want to talk more about AJ DeBonta tomorrow, specifically because, again, it's seeming more and more likely that we're going to get DeBonta, which is nuts. But again, it might all be a smokescreen, dude. I don't know. I don't fucking know, dog. So, whatever, dude. We'll watch this film study that the Jazz put out on Jaren Jackson Jr. It's 5 minutes with my kind of jump-in commentary. I'm sure it'll end up being 5 to 10 minutes. And then we'll just do our nightly shout-out and wrap it up, dude. Because we're 15 minutes at this point, so by then we'll be 25, 35 minutes in that range. And that'll be kind of exactly what we want for a 2 in the morning stream. So, or almost 3 in the morning at this point. So, yeah, we will do that. I haven't seen this yet, so we'll see. We'll see what if it's anything good. It's just going to be like, here's the 3 games he played with us in, like, long forms. It'll be interesting. I don't know.
We're incredibly excited because obviously Jaren is a heck of a basketball player on both sides of the ball.
The Utah Jazz made a splash back in February. In advance of any offseason additions to the roster, Utah traded for Jaren Jackson Jr., adding a multi-time All-Star and former Defensive Player of the Year to the mix. The vision was then in place, combining size and shot making throughout the Jazz frontcourt to overwhelm opponents on a nightly basis. Let's break it down. Although Jackson Jr. was limited to just 3 games in a Jazz uniform prior to undergoing surgery, there were glimpses of how he can change the dynamic of a game on both ends of the floor. On the defensive end, active hands and the sheer size of Utah's frontcourt completely changed the dynamics of a game. Jackson Jr. is a 2-time blocks champion and
It's stuff like that, dude. Like,
Jackson Jr.
I don't know. I don't even know what to call that, dude.
is a 2
I mean, he's just quick, dude. Or is that Bam or is
Time
this
block.
right there? I don't know. Who's number 24? I can't even read that. I'm gonna look really dumb, dude. Who's number 24 for my? Wow, this is gonna be freaking Bam. I'm looking absolute moron. Okay. Norman Powell. Okay, that doesn't seem right. This is from years ago. Okay. Well, I don't know who it was, dude, but was not Bam. That's all that matters, dude. I didn't look like an absolute idiot. But this kind of stuff on our defense, like imagine on this team right here, it looks like he's playing the center. Yeah, he's playing the center in this lineup. So he's going to be doing this kind of stuff with Walker Kessler. So he's going to be like more out here on the perimeter in this situation.
Jr. is a 2.
So I don't know, dude. It'll be damn interesting. It'll be damn interesting if we can keep Walker around and then see what him and Lowry can do on the wings. Oh, and then if we have AJ DeBonsa at this point, dude, like Keontae at 6'4", then AJ at 6'9", 6'10" at the shooting guard, Lowry 7 foot, Jaren 6'10", 6'11", and then Walker's like, dude, we'd be huge. We would be so big. So, and we'd have Ace Bailey 6'9" coming off the bench, Filipowski, like, oh my god. So, I see the vision there if we can like end up doing that, but it will be super interesting if Jaren can provide this kind of help defensively. Like, we might be strong enough offensively to just be like, Jaren, can you just hold down the fort on defense with Walker and just like hit threes maybe? We don't really need you to do a lot on offense. That might be what's expected of him, but who knows, dude? Maybe we're like, hey, Jaren can be Shaq and just dominate the paint. I don't know what ends up happening. Will Hardy's weird with that kind of shit. I don't know.
Time blocks champion and has averaged at least 1.4 per game in each of his 8 seasons in the league. Since entering the association in 2018, Jackson Jr.'s 846 blocks rank 5th in the league. When looking at the state of shot blockers in the league since 2022, when Walker Kessler was drafted, Jackson Jr. is 2nd in the league, while Walker Kessler ranks 10th with 474. Regardless of if he actually blocks a shot or not, Jackson Jr. is a game-changing presence down low. Opponents have shot significantly worse within 4 feet of the basket in nearly every season of Jackson Jr.'s career, numbers that carried over to his small sample with the Jazz. When Jackson Jr. was on the floor, just 19.5% of opponent shot attempts came within 4 feet of the rim, a 13.2% decrease from the usual shot diet against the Jazz. Furthermore, team shot 66.7% on those rim attempts, a decrease of 7% from Utah's season-long number. It's also important to note that all of those minutes came without Kessler, who is another elite rim protector. The sheer presence of Jackson Jr. down low next to another big man often forced players to second-guess their decision-making when approaching the paint or looking to back down a defender. In the rare instance that an opponent tries to attack near the basket, the size and length of both Jackson Jr. individually and Utah's overall frontcourt group can help defend the rim. Diving into the film from the 3 February games shows other key moments where Jackson Jr.'s length and ability to cover ground on all areas of the floor made life difficult for opponents. When Jackson Jr. specifically contested shots at the basket this season, opponents shot 54.5%, one of the best marks in the association. Although Jackson Jr. didn't rack up a high number of blocks as a Jazz man, he did accumulate numbers in the steals department, totaling 6 in his 3 games. Whether he's stopping a 2-on-1 fast break or poking the ball free from Bam Adebayo when guarding a drive, Jackson Jr.'s quick hands and wingspan can be a disruptive force. In total, the numbers jump off the page when looking at Jackson Jr.'s impact on Utah's defense. Turning attention to the offensive end, much of Jackson Jr.'s impact on that side of the floor came inside the paint. The floater and push shot have become major weapons for the New Jersey native, which he took to another level with the Jazz.
They say New Jersey native, but I'm pretty sure he's from Indiana. I think maybe he was born in New Jersey because his dad played for the Nets. But I'm pretty sure he grew up in Indiana. Born New Jersey, hometown Indiana. Yeah. Let's see. How long did Jaren Jackson Jr. live in Indiana? Off topic. 15 years. Yeah, so he's a New Jersey native? What kind of... Okay, I don't know who made this fucking video. Come on. Come on, dude. He's not a New Jersey native. This is on the Jazz channel. What are we doing, guys? How am I fact-checking the Jazz better than they are on their own players? What's going on here, guys? Am I wrong? Is Google, like, crazy here? What is this source, dude? The Players Tribune? Like, what am I doing? Am I crazy? Let me know. I don't know. I mean, he very clearly... Let's rewind it. He very clearly said the New Jersey native, right? Maybe I missed... Maybe native is the wrong word to me. I don't know. Like, if I was born in Idaho, but I grew up in Utah, I would consider myself a Utah native. Is that crazy of me to say? I don't know. I guess that's probably not the case. I guess native would be, like, where you're born. I don't know. Native definition? I'm gonna look like an absolute fucking moron. Place of birth, origin, or natural occurrence. Ooh, well that's... If that's the case, don't want to be too specific here. If it's a natural occurrence... Would that mean conception? I don't... Could that be the case? No, it says born. So I'm definitely fucking dumb. Person born in a specific location. A native New Yorker. But, like, that's fucking dumb. So, like, if I was born in New York, like, in New York hospital, like, while my parents were on vacation in New York, but I was, like, am I native to New York? That doesn't feel right to me. You guys let me know. I'm sure there's some kind of, like, it's a broader term than just, like, where you were born. I feel like, I don't fucking know. I didn't take Latin. I don't know the common root of words. I don't fucking know, dog. Like, I don't know, but then they're talking like Native American, so like, cause you could be Native American from like Canada, but like you're not. I don't know how to describe that. So like, technically, I'd be like Native Britain or Native British. I don't fucking know, dude. I don't fucking know. We'll get back to it, but all I'm saying is when they say Native New Jersey, that doesn't sound right to me. In my head, I don't fuck with that at all.
To 72 minutes, 55% of his shot attempts came from the short mid-range area of the floor, often referred to as the floater zone, and he converted on 54% of those looks. Both of those numbers would represent career highs if translated over the course of a full season. With the ability to comfortably finish with either hand, Jackson Jr. can attack one-on-one to get to those sorts of shots in the flow of the action, occasionally receiving a pass out of the pick and roll or after a quick cut or off-ball screen. However, the 26-year-old is just as equipped at backing down in the post.
That's right. Keep reminding me that he's 26 years old. Perfect, dude. He's just entering his prime.
To get to his preferred shot, whether against smaller defenders after a switch or when guarded by opposing big men. When he's not scoring down low, Jackson Jr.'s shooting ability will be crucial for Utah's offense, especially when playing in the team's jumbo lineups. A career 35.1% shooter from beyond the arc, Jackson Jr. shot 5 of 15 from 3 in his small sample size as a Jazzman. In Utah's system that prioritizes off-ball actions, Jackson Jr. will often find himself coming down off screens with the ability to pull the trigger from deep or initiate a drive to the basket. However, he can also be deadly in the pick and pop and as a simple floor spacer, benefiting from the attention that his teammates attract. Although his catch-and-shoot three-pointer wasn't falling at a high rate with the Jazz, Jackson Jr. did connect on 38.1% of such shots during his 45 games with the Grizzlies to begin the season. One other key piece of Jackson Jr.'s fit in the Jazz offense is his role as a connector. The former 4th overall pick in the 2018 draft averaged 2.7 assists per game over his 3 contests with Utah, a number that would set a new career high over the course of a full season. Although these assists didn't come off elite drive and kick dishes or flashy passes down low, they represented the compelling dynamics that exist in Utah's offense, especially in the team's big lineups. Jazz head coach Will Hardy prioritized putting Jackson Jr. in actions with Lauri Markkanen, helping the two sweet-shooting big men build synergy when they shared the floor. As a result, Jackson Jr. racked up a few assists from simple handoff situations. However, with Jackson Jr.'s ability to handle the ball and see over the defense when Jusuf Nurkic had a size advantage, or out of inverted pick and rolls if the defense messed up the coverage. There was a lot of versatility that comes with adding a player of Jackson Jr.'s caliber. The 26-year-old has served as a go-to scorer at times throughout his career and a downright dominant defensive player since his early early years in the association. The sample size was small and conducted without Utah's full complement of players, but the glimpses were there for Jackson Jr.'s dominant two-way impact.
Very nice, dude. Yes, there he is. Fucking hoops nerd, dude. Yeah, man. Jaren's gonna be special, man. I don't know. To what degree? I have no idea. But I don't know. I mean, it'll be interesting what he can do, because I think you guys can like disagree with me here. I think when it comes to a caliber of player, I think he's a better player than Karl Anthony Towns. I don't think offensively, but I think who would you rather have on your team? I think you'd rather have Jaren over Cat, and I think their contracts are very similar. Like they're within $5 million of each other, AAV. And you see what Cat was able to do with the Knicks. Not that like their team wasn't already fucking phenomenal, Jalen Brunson, all that. We're not that by no means. But like if you see the difference of what a Cat can do to that kind of a team, it's just gonna be really fucking fun to see what Jaren can do to our team with a Darren or with a AJ, maybe a Boost, but Darren or an AJ. I don't know, dude. It'll be so interesting. I'm not saying we're gonna be finals bound next year, but I think there's a real possibility that we are way better than people think we will be. But there's also a real possibility that we're way worse than I think we're gonna be. So everything is fluid, but I don't know, man. I just like how many people had San Antonio making the finals at the beginning of the season? You know what I mean? Or how many people had the Knicks making the finals or winning the finals at the beginning of the season? So, like, if you would have asked me at the beginning of the year, but like, dude, Oklahoma City versus fucking, I don't know who I would have picked, to be honest with you, in the East. I don't think I would have picked the Knicks, though. I would not have picked the Knicks. Yeah, like, just like, so no way I would have projected those two teams to be in the finals, let alone either of them win it. So, who knows? You know, I probably would have had the Spurs going, like, as an 8th or 7th seed in the playoffs. So, you don't know what we could become, so I'm not going to limit any of that kind of conversation. I'm not going to sit here and be like, we're going to be the 5th seed next year. Like, I'm not going to, you know, we could be anything. Hopefully play in and above is the goal here, because I don't want to give anybody, like, a top 5 pick. That'd be sick. In fact, I don't think it can be. So, 6, I don't want to give anybody the 6th pick. That would suck. But I don't know, dude. Crazier things have happened in sports. That's all I'm saying. Crazier things have happened. Sam Darnold almost won Super Bowl MVP this year. So, like, literally anything can happen, boys. That's what I'm getting at. Bryce Sensabaugh could be Finals MVP next year. You never know, dude. Anything could happen. Don't put limitations on yourselves, boys. Shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you'll end up at the fucking stars. Shit. That's how I feel about it. But yeah, dude. That's it. We're at 30 minutes, 28 minutes. We'll wrap it up. We'll give our nightly shout-outs, call it quits. Sorry again to everybody that's watching back, going, oh, where's the fucking 2-hour-long shit that I can skip through? Sorry tonight. You only get another 30-minute one. But yes. We will do our shout-outs first. We'll just do the same 2 channels for now. I should be shouting out a bunch of other people, but we're trying to keep it quick. So, we'll do T-Talk first. The boys, Ty and Talon. Great dudes. There's 60 subs, dude. I don't know how many subs that was today, but I know they were definitely in the 50s yesterday. So, anywhere from 1 to, like, 9. So, good job, boys. Go team, dude. Yeah, Ty and Talon. Jade, sister, she does editing, I believe. But Ty Talon, basically. Just 2 cousins, Ty and Talon, with a passion for Utah Jazz basketball and NBA. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and they are now on TikTok, Instagram, and X. Podcasts are every Wednesday. Good shit, dude. They put out great stuff. It's a little loud, but
it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit.
We'll get us on. You guys got us to 50 subs, so we'll make it happen. We'll get us on.
100%.
But they're at 60 now, and that was 1 day ago. So good for them. They're up 10 subs very quickly. So let's keep it going, guys. Yeah, dude. I would hope some of that traction came from their other apps. I would hope. That was my suggestion to them. I was like, boys, let's get some let's get a Twitter and Instagram, all this stuff going. Even if you don't even use it, like, 'cause I don't use my TikTok or anything, but just good to get some stuff out there, some branches for people to reach out on. So shout out to them, great dudes. I don't know if I can like zoom in on this picture, but yeah, dude. Shout out to T-Talk, great guys. Podcast every Wednesday, and then I think Ty can let me know. I think his plan is to do like post-game live streams or that kind of stuff when the season starts, which is cool. I'll be doing the same thing, so like we'll be overlapping, but like I don't fucking care, dude. I could care less. I could have 0 viewers and he could have 1 million. That's all I care about. I care. But yeah, so I think he's gonna be doing that during the seasons, and then they're just gonna have guests on regularly. Looks like they might be doing solo stream or solo videos. Yeah, man, give him a follow at T-Talk Jazz Pod on YouTube, and then I think it's just T-Talk Jazz on Twitter and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, dude, give them a follow. Next we got the Jazzmen. Shout out to the Jazzmen. They're up as well, 3 or 4 subs. I think they're like 68 or 69 last night, so good for them. They're booming. Yeah, dude, the Jazzmen, Jake, Javin, and Spencer, they're great dudes.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Jasmine Pod. It's Javin.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Spencer. Today we've got a fun episode planned out for you guys. We're going to talk a lot about free agency, a lot of players that we...
There you go, dude. I don't want to steal their content, but yeah. The Jazzmen, great guys. They are on everything as well. They are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, and X. New episodes released every weekend, dude. Release weekends. So yeah, great guys. They do a bunch of other stuff, fun content. So yeah, don't expect just like podcast-based stuff. I think they do other forms of content, but really good dudes. Yeah, man. Highly recommend follow them. Again, on draft night, you'll have a lot of this content to view. So if you're seeing this, remember to come back to all of our channels. We're going to be having draft lottery reactions because T-Talk, they will be doing their first live stream now that they are over 50 subs. So they'll be live streaming the draft on draft night. So go and watch them on T-Talk. And then the Jazzmen themselves, they are going to be live from the Southtown, whatever shops the Southtown draft party that the Jazz is throwing. They're going to be live from there. So that's probably going to be the most entertaining thing to watch. Definitely don't watch me when they're going to be live at that. So, but you can come back and watch my reaction. That's what I'm here to do. So I'll be live draft night. T-Talk will be live draft night. Jasmine will be live draft night. I'm trying to think who else will for sure be live draft night, but us 3 channels for sure. So if you guys need something to watch draft night or want something to look back on and go, oh shit, because if we draft Cam Boozer, boys, expect a reaction from me for sure. And I think Jasmine, you'll get a reaction out of too, because from my understanding from Spencer, based on our conversations, I think he's not anti-Cam Boozer the same way I'm not anti-Cam Boozer, but I think he's like just pro the other 2. So I think if we draft Cam Boozer, the Jasmine channel will also be kind of like, what? So that'll be a good reaction if that happens. And then I don't know what the boys at T-Talk, what their opinion is on Cam Boozer and stuff, but I think they also want AJ or DP. So either way, dude, if we draft Cam Boozer, it's gonna be fun reactions. If we draft Darren Peterson, it'll be fun reactions. If we draft AJ DeBonsa, it'll be fun reactions. So like either way, it'll be fun. So draft night coverage from the Jazzmen, me, and T-Talk. But yeah, follow them on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, everything. Do it all at Jazzmen Podcast. Great guys. So. But that is it, boys. We'll wrap it up there. 33 minutes, 34 minutes. It's a good stream. Yeah. Do my little shout out for myself here. Twitter, link down below. I mainly just tweet my live links when I go live. So, like, you can turn on the notification bell if you like notified when I do go live. But just general Jazz content on Twitter. Like CJ Miles, dude. Gotta be reposting CJ Miles post. Anything from Mas Fresco, dude. Yeah, dude. I don't know what the Jazz are doing with CJ Miles, but we need to fucking, like, get him on board somehow. Like, you know what I mean? Commentator, team photographer, front office, player development. I don't know, dude. Get CJ Miles around the building somehow, some way. So, that's my push, dude. That's my fucking motto of the day. CJ Miles to the Jazz. But yeah, I mainly just post my live links on Twitter. But general Jazz stuff, So it's pretty much, it's all jazz stuff. So don't expect to follow my Twitter and not see anything else. The jazz shit. So that is there. TikTok is also down below. That's just mainly just like stream highlights at this point. And to be fair, I'm not really on TikTok ever. I have said this before. I'm a 27-year-old adult. Like, TikTok came out by the time I was like already like a functioning human. So I wasn't just like stuck in like, you know what I mean? But now I am, and like on Instagram and YouTube Shorts. So like, I'm not like not addicted to short form content like everybody else is. But like, TikTok is just not my format. So don't expect me to be like on there a lot. But I do post stream highlights best I can on there. So that's there. And then I do post like when I go live on my stories. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, if you don't have a Twitter, you can follow me here. That is more helpful for you. But that is also linked down below. And then YouTube itself, we'll pull that up. Still at 100 subs, dude, but it doesn't matter, dude. We hit 100. That's all that fucking matters, boys. So yes, I do appreciate all the boys watching back. We get good views on the videos relative. I mean, I don't want to like speak out of my butt here, but like relative, like 52s on last night's, 84, 122, 63, 47, but like in general in the 50 plus range, which is good because if we go all the way back at the beginning of the streams a month or so ago, it was 17 views, 44, 23, 15, 6, 26. So like we've done pretty good over the last 4 weeks, I'd like to think. So I do appreciate you guys who do watch it back. And the stream, or not the stream, the general channel analytics do show that I do have a lot of returning viewers. I should screenshot that and post it somewhere. But a lot of returning viewers, just not a lot are subbed. So, typical YouTuber shit, dude. If you're watching, if you made it to this point in the stream, and you're not watching live, because like you might have just clicked, I do appreciate you if you just clicked on. But if you've been watching this whole thing, dude, we do this nightly. It's every night, jazz content. Smash that sub button. It's appreciated. Yeah. Smash the like button. Smash. Hit the like button. Whatever the fuck. Hit the like button. It goes a long way. For sure. I bet if I go to one of these videos that's got the most views, 122, whatever this is, it's got 4 likes, which is not horrible. Typically my videos are like 2 to 3. So like, in general, the more liked videos, here was another one, do better. 5 likes. So like, yeah. The more likes, the better the content typically does. So likes go a long way. Comments, same content as always, or comment as always. Who do you want the Jazz to draft, and who do you think the Jazz will draft? We're 5 days out, 4 days out. So opinions are getting a little more locked in at this point. It's a lot less fluid, but just let me know. Again, it can be the same answer. Who you want us to draft, who you think will draft. Can be AJ, can be AJ and Darren, can be Darren, you know what I mean? So let me know in the comments. Yeah, that's pretty much it. My Instagram, that's also down below, but I do warn everybody. My Instagram is not just jazz content. I'm going to keep saying it until it's like imprinted in people's heads. My YouTube is like very much jazz only. My Twitter is like 98-99% jazz only. My TikTok is like jazz only stream highlights. My Instagram's not that at all. It's like 10%, 20% jazz. It's a lot of like me being funny, so I would not go there expecting jazz content, but it's kind of like an arm for people that don't use TikTok or don't use X or don't use, like, you know what I mean? So like, if you want to follow me on another social media, you can follow me on Instagram for sure, but just don't expect, you know what I mean? Like, I all my thumbnails and stuff that are on there are very clearly like described. So like, if any of that kind of stuff you think might offend you, don't click on it. Like, fair warning, you know what I mean? And also, I swear a lot. So like, don't click on my shit and be like, oh, this guy swears a lot. I'm very like specific about that. So again, that link is in the description below, but don't expect only jazz content there. But other than that, we are live nightly, daily. Who fucking knows, man? I say anywhere from like 6 p.m. till 3 a.m. You never know. We are live. But the point of it all is to come back and watch the day later or whatever, kind of re-watch it in a sense. But I do appreciate the people that jump on live. Again, we got 4 people right now, so I do appreciate you hanging out, guys. But that is not the intent here. The intent is to press a live button and press the end live button and use it as a video, because I don't want to have to edit something and then just be like, hi guys, welcome Hi guys, welcome to, sorry. Hi guys, well, like I just don't want to have to do like an intro like 10 times in a row, you know what I mean? So it's just easier to hit live and hit end. But eventually I'll be putting out like video format and other kind of stuff. But as we're getting the channel going, as we're kind of figuring stuff out, the intent is to just make these live streams a form of content for you to watch back later on. So that's all it is. Yeah, live nightly. That's all. I appreciate you guys. I already said everything. Do it all. Like, comment, all the blah, blah, blah. Rant shit. I appreciate you. 40 minutes. Perfect stream. Good end. Yeah, let me pull up the music again. But yeah, there we are. I appreciate you guys. See you tomorrow, today. I don't know. I don't fucking know, bro. I appreciate you. Bye, boys.
So I can feel something, I only feel the pain. So let me hold you till the end, 'cause I've been holding on to all the words that you said. And if I fall down, I get up again, 'cause I've been holding on to all the words that you said. 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 Why don't we fall beneath the sun? 'Cause honey, you and I are always on the run. Gonna be loving you. Saying, why do we feed the fire when we can breathe the flame? So let me hold you till the end, 'cause I've been holding on to all the words that you said. And if I fall down, I get up again, 'cause I've been holding